I guess a good way to start off today would be saying that God, being who He is, love, has has to show that love in some way, shape, or form. And if He doesn't, He's not who He says He is. So He had to have shown some sort of love in order to be God. So, that being said, what has God done for us that would be the ultimate source of Him showing His love? Well, let's see, there's no roundabout way of saying it, but He sent us His Son, Jesus. Jesus, as best as humanly possible, showed the complete essence of God in human form. That is as close as any human could get to being God and being God, because He was God. Like, we cannot get as far as that specific time. Like, in His culture, you cannot get any more perfect. I personally wonder what Jesus would be like in today's culture. Like, still being the perfect person that He is and still showing His love to all those people. It would probably, I mean, between social media, like, declining our interpersonal relationships between each other, it would just, I think it would startle a lot of people, the amount of love and affection that He would have towards people. Like, and just, I try to imagine the way that He would have done it in today's society. It's really hard, because you gotta wonder if He would actually use a car to go to different places, or would He just straight up walk everywhere like He used to, and like just talk to people at Walmart or at a gas station, or like, how would He go around doing that? Would He use YouTube? Would He speak to the nations through technology like I try to do? I think He would. Because technology is just a tool that we use to show, have our hands show God's work to the world. So if we're not using technology for a godly purpose, or that would eventually be used as a godly purpose, then it probably has some level of control over you, and should probably take a break from it in that sense. Anyways, God had to show His love somehow, because He just can't just stand there and like not do anything. God is always on the move and always doing something. He's not the big man upstairs who's just sitting there expecting. He's like, okay, the world is over here, and I am going to watch it from over here while it spins on its axis. And I am not going to affect it at all. I'm just going to let it spin and do nothing with it. No, God is very proactive with the world, and He is always taking care of it. Quit bouncing. Anyways, I mean, since God is always being proactive with the world, He's always like doing what is best for the world, and He does that through. Well, first of all, there's God. I guess this is the best way I can explain. There's God, and then the next chain on the link is Jesus. And then what man does is man clings to Jesus. And then I could go down and say woman clings to man, babies cling to mommy, and other stuff. But all that's necessary is that God, then Jesus, then man. Every chain on that link has the capability of showing God's love as long as they are connected to the chain. Like someone cannot say that they are connected to God and not be connected to Jesus, because Jesus is the only link that is directly connected to God through man's form. So in order to do the things proactive with God and be able to be God's hands and feet, you must be connected to Jesus. If that makes sense. I hope it does. I don't need to do an absolute truth on why Jesus is the Messiah, because I'll consider this a transition away from absolute truth, because we need to start going into like things that God wants to do in the world and like get past all the simple stuff. He just wanted me to start with the simple stuff. That's why the Absolute Truth series did what it did. It did absolute where my basis of faith is, and then on top of the absolute truth I have Jesus, who is my solid rock and is part of my absolute truth. Doesn't have to be for everybody, but if it is not, then it'll be hard to do anything else besides that. That's the best way to put it. And if you're not connected to Jesus, then you won't be able to do it much anyway, because what kind of life would you live? I mean, one live for self, one live for the world. That'd be meaningless, I guess. Let's see. I guess, in conclusion of absolute truth, we are capable of showing God through our own actions if we are directly connected to God through Jesus. That's the statement. And how do we do those actions? We simply just don't stand there and do nothing, like nothing. We gotta do something. We gotta get the big old train going somehow. And if you're in Jesus, it'll be easy to hard train. If you're in Jesus, it'll be easy to start to get the train going, because he is basically the coal for your train. He'll keep the train going. And eventually, like if you are taking the analogy of the train, then you'll be able to ram through some concrete or something. Some heavy concrete, and tear down walls that Satan has built up, and stuff that you would not be able to break down on yourself, by yourself. Strongholds shall be broken. In Jesus' name. Not much to say here. I just want to say that as the last absolute truth, that we are God's hands and feet, and we got to do that, and the only way you can do that is through Jesus. I could have made the video that short, but that wouldn't have been as interesting now, would it? Okay, I guess I'll go ahead and tell you what I'll do next time. Next time I'm going to give you one of my theories about like the relationship between us and the world, not Christians in the world, and how the world views everybody and how like we should view everybody. It's an interesting theory. You'll enjoy it. Okay, bye bye. I don't know. looking at you right now.